A very good day everyone. My name is Gayatri and together with my partner Marlena, we are presenting this video being a part of our assignment on a topic emotional intelligence in marital life and its effect on divorce rate in Malaysia. Marriage is a vital social institution. The exclusive commitment of two individuals to each other nurtures love and mutual support. It brings stability to our society. For those who choose to marry and for their children, marriage provides an abundance of social benefits as well as obligations. A social institution of the highest importance, and it is surely a dream of each individual to have a wedlock that turns out to be fruitful, where a man and a wife live happily ever after. But are all marriages worthy? Do all marriages end up being successful? Well, that is something only the two people involved in the marriage can determine. One thing that we can observe in this era is that married couples are not the same as the earlier generations, and it is being a challenge for young couples now to lead a successful married life, especially so during the pandemic period. COVID-19 pandemic has proven to be one of the most enduring times for us, especially with the imposition of the movement control order or the control movement order. The effect ripples throughout all aspects of life, including marriages. The marriage becomes strained due to the sudden changes that are brought upon by the practice of the new norm, which does not always lead to a smooth moving transition in the marriage. There is a wide spectrum of reasons that can contribute to the breakdown of marriages during pandemic period, and this can lead to affect the mental or emotional health of spouse. The most common reason that can be seen in breakdown of marriages is the incompatibility between spouses. A marriage relationship is filled with emotions, and managing those emotions is the key to healthy communication in marriage. This is where our second key point of our topic makes an entry, which is the emotional intelligence. An emotionally intelligent marriage would amount to a happy marriage. Now we are going to see how emotional intelligence plays its role in marital life. Emotional intelligence is not only important for the workplace, it is highly important for marriage and family. Bradbury and Greaves describe emotional intelligence as combination of four skills: self-awareness and self-management, which is the skills that are more about you, and social awareness and relationship management, skills that are more about others. In short, emotional intelligence is a measure of how aware you are about yourself and your relationships. Most of the emotional intelligence research has been directed at the workplace, but the idea of emotional intelligence has profound implications on an intentional marriage. The definition of emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions of others. This means being aware that emotions can drive our behavior and impact people positively and negatively, and learning on how to manage those emotions, both our own and others, especially when we are under pressure. As humans, we often make decisions based on our emotions. Learning on how to become more aware of our emotions can have a positive impact on our relationships with others. Lack of emotional intelligence by both spouses will cause breakdown in marriage, which then would lead to divorce. And there goes the next segment of our topic. This is a diagram sourced from the Department of Statistics Malaysia as at the year 2020. And it is clearly stated that there is an increase of 12% here from the year 2018 to 2019 in divorces. It can also be seen that the highest number of divorces occur among the age group of 30 to 34. Based on my previous discussion, it is quite challenging for the young couples to survive their marital life compared to the older generation. The lifestyles and the trends are not the same compared to how it was during our parents' and grandparents' era. Therefore, it is vital to encourage the married couple to practice compromises and tolerations in order to protect the sacred bonding between the couples. The sayings like marriages are made in heaven seems a utopian concept in many cultures. Nonetheless, the consecration of the institution of marriage is tempered by the fact that law also provides for dissolution of marriage, that is, legalizing its burial rights, the law on divorce. Divorce is an emotionally charged process. With the death of a marriage, it is quite sad that the whole family unit will be affected and dissolved. In the midst of a divorce, when they need to be more focused and rational than ever, people often find themselves consumed by all those emotions because people feel vulnerable during a divorce. It is important to advise the spouses to create a support system which can include therapists. And bear in mind, it's not just parents who are under stress. Children too have emotional needs that should be addressed. An unhealthy and litigious divorce is never in the best interest of a child. Divorce is an adult process. Even in litigation, emotionally intelligent lawyering is the game changer. It is important to get an attorney who understands the human emotions that come into play during a divorce and who also possess the emotional intelligence and objectivity to give the clients, which means the couples, a focused and rational guidance to determine the most appropriate strategy to serve their interests. While emotional intelligence sounds foreign, the importance of it is more obvious than we think. Before seeking for a divorce, it is always advisable for the couple to get a counselor or therapist before a divorce proceeding. Furthermore, it's a mindset shift that all couples must invest in if they want to illuminate every dark corner of their relationship and have a safe and connected marriage. And next, Marlena will be presenting on the implications of counselor in this issue that we have discussed. And that is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and a very good evening to all of you there. I'm Marlena Manase. So let's continue to the implication for counselor for this topic. Okay, as you can see there, according to the Lewis and Hannah 2018, the 4 elements including number 1 is a self-awareness, number 2 is a social awareness, number 3 is a relationship management, and the last one is self-regulation. It can be increased with ages and experiences. So counselors here play an important role on how to resolve conflict between the couples before opting for a divorce. So here, as you can see, there are some examples and ways for a counselor to take into consideration. Number 1 is autonomy and self-respect. Number 2 is being trustworthy. Number 3 is beneficent. And the last one is justice. So number 1 is criticize. So what is a criticize here means the people that are punished and ridiculed for expressing emotion at young age or as a children can often feel that expressing emotion is not right. So according to the Arshad 2020, this reflects a normal sign of a low emotional intelligence level for the people as they often criticize themselves for being emotional. So the people feel wrong to feel afraid and are shameful for feeling bad, and they also see it's a sign of weakness. So people with high emotional intelligence assume that feeling bad or forgiving our partners is not wrong, and the kindness is reflected in their behavior. Okay, the second one is avoid talking or feeling. People with a lack of EQ can avoid the process of talking and expressing feelings and emotional condition. So according to the Nawi and Ahmad 2018, they often refuse to talk in a clear way about the feeling, and it can reflect negatively in a social and personal relationship. So the person with a high EQ is afraid to describe the feelings or the emotional behavior with a simple and a plain language. So this can enhance a conflict among people and cause a hamper in emotion for partners. This is a controlled emotion. The people with low EQ try to get rid of any conflicting situation without clarifying reasons or without communicating with partners in a proper way. So according to the Ahanger 2017, this reflects that a painful mood or situation in a relationship can often be controlled by people with a high EQ. So emotional situations are observed by them as a problem and as threat which make them difficult to solve. So the people with a high EQ identify emotion as a message or process communication in a relationship, and they are trying to solve this with their own way. Pretending to be happy. So the people with a lack of EQ reflect happiness and all the time in their life, which seem untreatable near another partner. So according to the Abu Ghaffar and Gal 2017, they do not want to show their sadness, they are ashamed, they are upset, afraid to others, and insist to stay happy all the time. So moods and emotions are not understandable by others in a transparent way, which can increase conflict among couples. And the last one is a fixed other emotion. The people with a lack of EQ are not aware of the process of handling others' painful situation or emotion. So according to the Abidi 2019, they are afraid for others' painful situation and feelings and try to make them go away immediately. So the people try to give a reason to their partners why the person should not feel in their own way. So a person that valid emotion and expression of others without judgment and can give advice for it reflect high emotional intelligence. So that's all for the sign of a lack of EQ. Is emotional activities for spouse. Emotional intelligence is recognized as a social capacity that cannot be developed within a little time, and it can only be identified with experiences, effort, and exposure to practice. A few activities can enhance skills for emotional intelligence among married couple in Malaysia, and the partners can develop it in a personalized way. So following can be understood as a process and activities for the main point in emotional intelligence. Practice communication. What is it to practice communication? Is it the real meaning by displaying behavior or interpersonal communication with partners can affect or influence emotional intelligence procedure. So according to the EY 2020, negative behavior can be identified when the partners can feel threatening or disrespectful with the communication. So therefore, the goal for communication is needed to focus to reveal the utmost idea or discussion to partner. So the power of clarification can be developed with a high emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence level by the partner who can help to improve their relationship in a positive way. Okay, how about the recalling exercises? So what is the recalling exercises? The process of remembering moments and important behavior of partners can give a better understanding. So this is unspoken grudge can affect negatively in the future, and lack of EQ can make other partners feel ashamed. So according to the Erlina Yaumas 2018, instant reaction and understanding can help to reduce conflict that can lead to divorce or separation among partners. So encouraging both with emotional support, including asking reason for upset feelings, asking reason for difficulty, can ensure positive relationship development. Okay, so what is the identify their love language? So what the 5 languages are here. Number 1 is the words of affirmation, receiving gift, quality time, acts of service, physical touch. Okay, conclusion here. Counselor should consider the said ways to instill emotional intelligence during counseling session in couples, since it is denoted that the divorce rate increased over the years. So dealing with matrimonial breakdown is not easy, as counselors can side either parties, but to act in a natural manner and with the best interest of all the parties. So that's all for today. Thank you.